Hey, hi. Welcome to this newsletter number 37 and our podcast show called Minimalist Techie. I really appreciate you being here so we can connect weekly on interesting topics. Do subscribe to our show, Minimalist Techie, on Apple Podcast or on the Spotify in whichever platform, or you can always visit the website sridhargargpati.substack.com. You click on any article or podcast is point of your interest, just click a play on the website as well. Uh, so this is a weekly newsletter, mostly about article, books, videos, what I read, watch, or my views on different topics which revolves around my head during the week. Now let us dive into this week's read. Uh, my first one is U.S. housing market. There's a huge shortage of homes in USA. This is very much known since more than 2 years now. Current US market is so tight that the house listed on the market is closed in less than a week. In my area, seen few of the homes sold on a second day of their listing becoming active. So any prospective buyer, especially the first time home buyers, are left out of this race. This resulted home prices way beyond their year-on-year growth. Prices are so high right now, but still many are going ahead and buying them at a premium prices. At stock market, as many say, paying high price for something now and assuming it will go further without any data points is a speculation. So home prices currently are in the same boat of speculation. Other hand, iBuyer concept ended up another hole in this process. iBuyer are like an organization like Zillow, Redfin, Open Door, who buy houses from the market, flip them, and they sell for profit. Zillow in the recent days declared that it got the business wrong and it's no longer revenue generating for them as they bought so many of homes since last 2 years and now they're not able to sell the homes with the margin enough to run the business. So somewhere their algorithm went wrong and overall the housing market inventory is not getting resolved even in 2022 as projected by many economists. So Zillow being such a big vendor, not sure how, based upon certain algorithm, they made such a huge mistake which costed not just their revenue leakage, is costed many of the employees from Zillow exiting their, or even the company actually fired many of them. So one has to make, in such a housing market, it is so tight that one has to make the life's biggest investment within a week, or in hot areas on spot or less than a day, or some of them you have to literally close your deal on sitting through an online, just online only option, doing the demo of the housing. So Zillow coming out of the business is sign for the buyers not to go panic and get into buying now. The especially the housing market is really it's a bonkers right now. Yeah, definitely many don't see that it's the prices are not going to get down. There is no price correction is going to happen. The prices are going to be high in 2022 as well. uh, but at the same time, uh, Zillow one, I'm not sure. Zillow is the only organization which got wrong. We still have to see the other businesses, not just the regular traditional home buyers. The organizations like Rediff and Open Door, if their businesses also uh, maybe not looking the data points correctly, there might be a really real issue in the housing market. And given that supply chain issues and labor market issues and so many things are going on right now, the housing market is really, and they're not sure if some expert has to given a viewpoint on this, but definitely it was a lot on my mind during last one to 2 months now. I've been really seeing the home prices and not really able to understand where this market is going. So yes, just my thought. Nothing much to discuss on this. It is continuously be on my mind, but definitely requires some expert level analysis to really see what's going on in the housing sector. Topic 2 is the Surgeon General warns of mental health epidemic for kids. U.S. Surgeon from State of Union General Vivek Murthy has released advisory in December of 2021, maybe somewhere in first week of December or second week of December, about the mental health epidemic for kids. The advisory mentioned one out of five kids suffer depression, one out of four kids suffer anxiety. Year by year, depression, hopelessness, suicide rates have been going up. COVID has added additional spike to it now. I'm going to leave the PDF, the link, which has been released by the advisory board, protecting your youth mental health, the U.S. Surgeons General's advisory. So to add to the fuel, social media, pop culture, we talked about multiple times. Last time when I did the Facebook and Instagram impact on, especially on the young kids. So it is also it's the same thing is been discussed in this advisory as well. That social media, pop culture, they bombard young kids with their media content, telling them they are not good looking enough, popular enough, smart enough, or rich enough. We know all the issue what's happening. You as a parent, you can see how much your kid is spending time online on these social media platforms, and or you can see how they are consuming what content they are consuming. So to take we know the issues that kids are definitely being impacted. The technology has left many things under our finger, under our finger, with one click away many things. But definitely it is impacting a lot, uh, and especially impacting mental health of a kid is really a huge issue for the our next generations. So to take an action, first of all have to recognize that mental health is an essential part of overall health. Mental health conditions are very real, they're common and treatable, and people experiencing mental health challenges, they deserve support, compassion, and care, not the stigma and shame. Countries like my home country, India, Asia, anywhere, if you say you have mental health issue, people will treat you as a mental. People are ashamed that it is treated as stigma. So first of all, we have to recognize that it is one of, just like your physical health is important to a person, mental health also is an essential part of your overall health. Mental health is a no less important than the physical health, and that must be reflected in our how we communicate about and prioritize the mental health. Ensure that every child has access to high quality, affordable, and culturally uh, competent mental health care. Care should be tailored to the children's development stages and health needs, and available in primary care practices, schools, and other community based settings. In a regular day to day living as well, every child should have a quality access to the child care, education, healthy food, healthcare, stable housing, and kids should be in a safe neighborhoods. So it's call for an action for every adult there to have a better future for every kid out there. So for more insights, I would definitely recommend to go to the advisory for sure. All right. So I'll go through quickly what definitely interested me. Uh, so we know that mental health definitely uh, impacts many of us. It might be an social or economic inequalities, discrimination, racism, the media, technology, pop culture, government policies, and whatnot. Society impacts a lot on the mental health on the people. Environment factors, are you staying in a safe neighborhood, are you living in a good community where you have an access to a good library, have a parks for healthy living, uh, and do you have access to healthy foods? Is your housing is good? Do you have a proper health care? Is your community is pollution controlled? Right, there are no natural disasters and climate change issues are impacting you. The community, and coming to the community, the relationship with your peers, teachers, mentors, the faith communities, school climate, academic pressure, right? Come, and also within the family, the relationship, how the young kid shares with the parent, mm, and apart from the parent, the support system, the caregivers, siblings. So anyone in the family who can give kids a good financial stability, and not should kid no there should not be any kid who actually be part of domestic violence or have trauma in them. So we know multiple reasons what can leave or what can impact, because we have been studying a lot about mental health impact for adults. But this pandemic has increased the mental health. It's not like mental health issues were raised prior to the pandemic, but with pandemic the challenges have been much more higher, because people are living in a certain areas where COVID rates are so high. So because COVID rates are so high, people are isolated either in their home, or people are getting COVID, or they're getting died of COVID, and the kids are losing their parents, right? Or their parents might be working as a frontline workers, so they have to be in an office. So young kids neither can go to daycare during the pandemic or be at a home. So they being too much of isolated, they'll be part of very high risk of burnout. So, so COVID definitely has added a lot of fuel. People have lost job during lockdown time, and many people entire and many businesses have not been back to their full employee strength yet. So that definitely impacted many families losing their financial stability, their housing instability, and all that. So this definitely COVID definitely added a higher risk. So this is a risk for definitely there for some geographies, or some low income families, or some specific ethnicity groups. But this issue with the pandemic is actually applicable to every kid out there. Doesn't matter uh, you come from are you your parent is a rich parent, or you're from a middle class, or you're from a low income. Doesn't matter. Definitely mental health issues I have impacted kids a lot and a lot with the pandemic have been begin. So what as a family member you can do, and what a caregiver can do. So first thing is, the young people or the kids, they learn a lot from the parents who are being at home, right? So as an adult, the best thing you can do is be a best role model, so that the young people can, you take care of your own mental health. That will let the kids know how to take care of their own mental health and the physical health. As an adult, if you're staying at home, and if you're also in a depressed person, then definitely it's not going to help a kid around you, right? So you definitely have to come out of that mental health issue, take helps, uh, have enough sleep, do exercising, eat balanced diets, maintain very regular routines, maintain proper health hygiene, health insurance, do stay connected with your family and friends at home or even virtually, as much as possible. So it's pretty important that you be a role model for the young kid, so that they understand the importance of the mental health and learn from the adult at home. as a parent, you definitely need to explain to the children so that they can understand the sensitivity around the issue. Our prior generation have treated this as a stigma. So it's the responsibility of a parent, so that they have to explain to the kid and the importance of the mental health, so that they can help in their own kids growing strong, safe, so that their kids can have a stable relationships, and so that the supportive adult around them will definitely will have. So as an adult, what you can do is you have to spend as much time with your children on activities that are very meaningful to them. Show them the love and acceptance, praise the kids for the things where they do well, listen to them, and communicate openly about their feelings. I would say be a child, be with the child, and encourage children definitely to ask for a help. If at all any concern, they should reach out to their own, to their parents, to their or any supporting parent or aunt, uncles, right? So anyone around there, they should be very freely open in order to reach out to any adult around them for any support the kids needs. And you cannot be with the kids at the all the same time, right? So that's also very important, that as kids go into the school and you don't have any control, right? So it's very important that the teachers also should take a lot of time in order uh, to know what's going on within a kid. So as a parent, you should know how much take care of few things, like what content is your child is watching, how they're spending their day, what is their eating habits, and so are they living a healthier lifestyle. Is your kid is spending too much on online, or being online is letting them away to be away from some healthy offline activities such as exercising, seeing the friends, chatting with them, reading, or are they having enough sleep. So not just a parent, even educators, school staff, and school districts, they can also help in improving the mental health of a kid. Right, as a school system, schools can be a much more creative, positive environment, and the school should be in a should have that a positive environment where kids should feel very safe to express their views when they are away from their parents and being as part of this school, right? So so that's very important, that the school system level, the educators, teachers, the school staff members, everyone should able to do a better help for the kids. Yeah, I would say definitely for more insights, do read the advisory for sure. It's pretty important. That the pandemic has definitely left a greater mental health issue for the kids, and we definitely owe to our kids to make sure they have a better future, right? So do read the advisory. It's a pretty big, some 50 pages PDF document, but well articulated, talking about each of those issues, and what's causing them, how pandemic has caused it, what a kid can do, and definitely look for every section where they have list out multiple materials, online sites, which actually helps for individual to reach out, a parent to reach out, or an educator or a school staff member to reach out, right? So there are a lot of additional help links also available in the same document. Right. Moving on, the third topic, labor shortage continues to 2022 as well. Yeah, today is 31st of December, last day of the year. That's when I'm recording this podcast. And yeah, first of all, I would convey my wishes to everyone who is listening to the pod. A very happy New Year to all, and I wish you guys will have a great 2022, a great year ahead. Just coming back to the topic, labor shortage. So in 2021, the biggest buzzword over LinkedIn and over all workplaces was the great resignation. Pandemic has changed the way against the employer by employees. The way number of people have quit jobs or not ready to join back or come back to offices, quitting even without a job offer to get out of a toxic work culture. You name it, resignations were everywhere in 2021. The trend is going to continue in 2022 as well. It will be in a job seeker market. In 2021, it was majorly for the tech jobs, science, medical professionals got the high paychecks for switching employers. As we move into 2022, this trend will go into other sectors as well. Food industry is my top list, and so does the minimum pay jobs will end up following what the private organizations like Amazon and Walmart have done recently by increasing the pay for the entry level or the minimum pay jobs way beyond what the current minimum pay is, and paying for their employees for their higher education, giving additional bonuses to have employees on their side. So labor market is still tight. The reason for my choice of the food industry was among multiple industries because COVID is going to stay here. People who are fired during 2020 lockdown or were working 80 hours a week prior to the pandemic with a very minimal staff were very highly burned out. So these jobs for sure no longer seen as secure jobs. So food industry, if they need to survive in 2022, they have no option. So have to run the tide with the job seeker. They have to go and pay not just about higher pay. They have to give an additional joining bonuses, do proper promotions, maintain work-life balance, 40 hours a week schedules, not going crazy like prior to the pandemic or during the pandemic, 80 hours of week work schedules. Uh, and Yeah, so diversity, equity, and inclusion will also play a major role. Higher education support from employer, health insurance benefits. So all would have this. So they need to do all these things which previously was taken as simply as a granted without even having any benefits. They have hired employees. So if they really have to survive in 2022, given that the labor market and high resignations are there, no one are going to come back to these type of jobs where people were really burned out during pandemic or prior to the pandemic. In US, altogether a different problem. There are plenty of jobs on the market, but not many are looking to come back to workforce. See, many who lost their jobs during COVID lockdown were either lived on their life savings or the government given unemployment checks. During this non-working time, many realized how much their life is spent in work, which impacted their health, their stress levels. No work life balance was seen in their jobs at all. So all of these things actually came to limelight during that layoff time when the people were not working. Many people realized that there are additional jobs and they really don't deserve to work in such type of toxic culture environment, right? So many are not looking to join the same jobs which they left in 2021. uh, it's not true for anyone because in order to switch from one sector to another sector, it's very important that everyone have to skill up. Again, go back to the drawing board, start learning from the day zero, ground zero, and slowly add the new sector where they are planning to move, add the skills to them. So people are adding additional skills to look for the job opportunity in a different sectors than compared to the sector they worked prior to the pandemic. So there will be a businesses who will find very hard to find their new employees. Also, 2021 has more deaths due to the COVID compared to 2020. So many either had a COVID or right now they might be taking care of their loved one with the COVID, or they are taking care of their child care by being at home, or the older population who retired early during COVID also going to adds up a lot to this job market issue. For US, I'm leaving one Washington Post article which I read this week. Definitely give a read. It details you what's really happening, economist point of view, what happened prior to pandemic, what was during the pandemic, and what would be the future in 2022 as well. So I'm leaving that Washington Post link in the show notes, so have a look at it. Uh, so that is all for this week. See you again. Do let me know in the comment or reply me over email so that we can, or feel free to share this post. So share, like, subscribe, whatever these days kid says. Stay connected, share ideas, and spread happiness. Thank you.